Hey guys, I'm glad you're back. I'm Jarvis. This is Itsnotjunktv. Made a stop at an estate sale the other day. It was kind of not planned, I guess you could say. I was just driving through, coming back from a job. Picked up some stuff. Picked up some other stuff here I think I'm going to put in our first Whatnot auction. So coming in the very near future, next week or so, I think we're going to go live. We're going to go live on YouTube and we're going to go live on Whatnot at the same time. And we're going to offer basically choice of what's in this case. Alright, like I said before, I had no plan of stopping at an estate sale. I was coming back from a job I'd done. Seen a couple little old handwritten signs, pulled back to a house. The garage was packed full. But anyway, here's some of the stuff I picked up. A couple really cool things. Some stuff I'm not sure about. These were buried back deep. All this stuff it was back in the back of the garage. I had to really dig to get back into it. The owner said that it was pretty much find what you want. The house they had organized, but the garage was left to a free-for-all basically. So I dug through, found a few game cases. This one's for PlayStation something, Vista, Nintendo 3DS. Game stuff always seems to go good, and if I don't end up putting it online or throwing it through one of our Whatnot auctions, I'll probably take it to the flea market. I got a couple guys down there I like passing that stuff off to. Weird mix of stuff. Baitcaster reel. Haven't even looked. It's kind of wore. But these are, for the couple bucks I gave for it. It really doesn't matter about brand. There's some of the cool ones. That one is a Silstar. Can't say I've ever heard of it. But for what I ended up putting into the whole pile of stuff, I would say I'd say it was worth it. Something on the clock watch related deal. Little West Clock's Baby Ben. Little alarm clock. I don't know, just something I seen and threw it in the pile. Usually anything clock or watch related, I end up trying to keep. That was pretty much that. And some dust bunnies that come flying out. This place had been packed away, sort of, you could call it a hoarder scenario, but it was kind of in miniature. They at least kept it within the house. It wasn't spread out everywhere through the yard like some of them. Also buried deep in there was a Sega Genesis. I could not find no cords, controllers, games. It was later in the day when I got there, so I assume somebody else found that stuff and didn't find the console. I did look up the numbers on it. It's a second gen. It's not. I wish it was a first gen because then the console itself would be worth a little bit more. But that probably will end up on eBay. Actually, I'll probably end up putting it back and wait until I find some controllers, hookups, that kind of thing. If you've not taken a moment to hit like and subscribe, please do that. That helps us out, lets me know that you like what I'm doing, and the YouTube seems to like it. So if you could, take a moment, hit the bell icon, and help me out. This next item I found, I've never seen one of these in the wild. I've seen them on Antique Roadshow. I've seen them, I think, even on American Pickers at one point they found one. I've seen them in museums. I've seen them in some big-time auctions online, but never in real life have I ever come across one. I knew what it was. I've already kind of cheated a little bit and cleaned it up and polished around on it a little bit. These, I don't know. Before I tell you what it is, anybody got a guess what it is? If you would, drop a comment down below and take your guess as to what it is. Obviously, it would have sat on a counter. It's a larger. Did you get it? Did you put it down there? Well, I'm going to tell you what it is. Believe it or not, this is a cigar lighter. It would have been in pubs, bars, smoke shops, anything in the time. I believe this one is probably from the mid-20s, maybe early 20s. Just by the way it's made, it's, believe it or not, electric. There's no flints, anything like that. Basically has a small spark plug, and it runs off a couple big batteries that go inside here. Luckily they still make them now, and so I can adapt it, but I've not messed with the internals at all. I kind of looked in it, kind of polished up some of this nickel plating on the outside myself. I think it's really neat. I think it would look cool sitting on a bar somewhere. But how it works, when you pull the lever out, it creates a spark, and then this here is the wick, so that would have your fluid, which is what this tank is. So when you pull it out, it sparks, it lights, you light your cigar, let go, and it puts it back out. So I think what we're going to do is there's going to be another video. It probably won't be a very long video because this thing is in such phenomenal shape. I don't see having to do a whole lot to it. It kind of seems like the timing's off on it. That sparking sound, so it should be lighting there, but it sounds like it's actually sparking when you're closing it, which would never work because, you know, it would be extinguished. So I think what we're going to do is probably the next video I'll put out will be on this. We'll go ahead and get it on the bench, get it opened up, take a look and see what the circuitry of something from the 20s is, and see if we can't get it sparking, so honestly, so I can get it out there and get it sold. I'd love to keep it, but if I kept every cool thing that come across that I found, that, you know, I wouldn't have nowhere to sit down. We'd be sitting on a pile of junk. I'd be the hoarder that I'm always talking about going into their houses. So I think what we'll do is we'll clean it up, and we may try it on Whatnot. By the values I've seen, it's kind of high, but we can give it a shot. I may throw it out there on Whatnot. If not, it'll be on my store on eBay. We're looking to start cross-posting in a bunch of different places for the folks out there that don't trust eBay or had a bad experience at some point. I understand. As a seller for as long as I've been, I've had a few bad experiences, not with eBay, but with purchasers and whatnot like that. So, but that was the other thing I found. And then as I was digging back through the boxes, it was just a lot of kitchen stuff. Somebody had a fascination with pots and pans. Didn't really find any cast iron or anything that was of great significance. But just, I don't know, I don't know. But there was a lot of miscellaneous boxes of that. But towards the very back and the bottom, underneath some stuff, I found this display case. I don't know. I asked the people putting it on if the person ran did flea markets or had a antique booth or something like that, and they said no. So I don't know if this was stuff that, when I look at it, I see something that I would take to a show and sell. But maybe this was just little smalls that they liked and enjoyed, so they tossed them in here and kept them. I'm not sure, and again, I'm not sure how long it was buried in the back of the garage. But I think what we're going to do is break away for a second, get reset up. We're going to take a quick look inside, give everybody a preview. This is kind of a preview video as well. We'll see what we really got in here, because when I pulled it out, the people didn't know. I believe it was the son kind of fiddled around in it for a minute. I think he was looking for some jewelry, which there is some in there. He just kind of overlooked. And then we'll give you a preview of what's to come on our first Whatnot auction. Hang tight. Alright, well here it is. Here is this, I don't know, display case is what I would call it. The more I look at it, maybe these are just things that the guy enjoyed. At first glance, I thought it was flea market stuff, but it is an odd collection. And I think it'll be perfect for an introduction to the type of things that I pick up that you'll see it in one of my auctions on Whatnot. So when you go through here, I know when I did shave in a consistent manner, apparently this guy liked razors. There's at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 10 different. They're probably Gillette's. I see Gillette. I see. I don't see nothing on that one. It's got a bunch of numbers. Reissue, something, something. It's probably Gillette too. Most of them were. Everything back in that time period was just about Gillette, and this time, yep, it's Gillette. So there's a pile of them that we'll be selling off. We also have, it looks like, I don't know how many's in each pack, but a bunch of vintage time correct. There's one in its pack. I think that's a Schick, maybe. Yep, that's a Schick. That was a good guess. And this got its little case. I think these are off little steam engines and whatnot. Little steam brass valves. I know. Maybe they're burners of some sort. Like out of a. Apparently somebody paid $7 for that. $6 for that one. So just little brass valves. I'm not sure what they would have come off of. I swear they look like gas burners. Like they would have been for a lab or something. There's several of them in here. Might start them. Do choice. Start them at $1 and let them roll. Give everybody a chance to get some of this. I'd say this stuff hasn't been seen in a long time. We got a badge off a fireman's helmet, it looks like. It's leather. I don't know what kind of age it's got, but number 15. Old brass belt buckle, beech nut. I've seen this is this is a pencil sharpener for lead pencils, the mechanical lead pencil. This is for drafters to sharpen it. Looks like some U.S. Polo, couple watches in here. I see some tintype pictures. 3 ladies sitting there in their white. I haven't looked at these because you got to check these. Some of these, one of the people in the photo could be dead. They would dress everybody up the same and then take pictures after the person had passed away. Those two are fairly good. This one here, this appears to be some child. That's a possibility. That could be a post-mortem picture. But it's starting to flake away pretty bad in a little leather-bound kind of picture frame. That's pretty neat. Something you don't see every day. Matchbox kind of cars. Swiss Army knife type of knife. Multi-tool knife. Some kind of rubber pig. Miscellaneous stuff. Hopefully everybody gets a good view. There's a... Oh, this went on your car to tell everybody you could afford AAA. That's pretty cool. Pair of some kind of pliers. They look hand forged. They're definitely hand forged. So, they got a lot of age to them. I would say, by the way they look, them could be colonial, or the period between colonial and Civil War. By the way they look. They're definitely handmade. Looks like an emblem off a car or off a fin of a car of some sorts. Here's just a little big mix of everything. You got some of these. Vote Democratic. Johnson and Humphrey. Start a fight by showing any of this. Goldwater in 64. Johnson and Humphreys. LBJ for the USA. So we got some election type buttons in here as well. I've had these before. This is a old school kind of GPS hiking type of thing. That's pretty cool. If you can get it to link up, I think, I don't know, at some point they get to where they don't link up anymore. Got a stopwatch. Something for the Shriners. It's a Shriners medallion of some sort. Yeah, the Syrian Shriners. That's pretty neat too. You don't see a whole lot of the Shriner and Masonic stuff out. Old digital watch. More buttons. And this. Huh. Alright. That's pretty cool. That's got some, that's probably turn of the century there. Early teens anyway. It's just got a patent pending kind of stamp on it. But anybody out there knows what that is? I know what it is, but if you know what it is, drop your guess in the comments below. And then I'm gonna give it here a second, and then I'm gonna tell you what that is an alcohol torch. You'd have filled this bottom with alcohol, lit this. As the alcohol heated coming up, it forced it to come out under pressure. Kind of a little time bomb in your hand, ticking bomb in your hand, because it's working under pressure. Not much, but I don't know, kind of a neat, kind of a cool display piece anyway. We got some police badges and patches in New York, and that's just a wild mix of all kinds of stuff. What do we got in here? Oh, check that out. It's a pewter Masonic. See, so now the Shriner stuff makes a little more sense. This is Masonic symbolism. The trowel, the compass, the square, the hammer. But they're all in little pewter. They come out of there. They're just little models. Pretty neat. That'll definitely auction off and do pretty well. But like I say, that auction's going to be coming up here very soon. Just keep an eye out. I'm not sure what that is, honestly. Made by Imperial. 95S, I have to look at it, just see what it is, and just along with this, I'm not sure, it's some kind of depth gauge of something. Soil test, rocket, penetrometer, yeah, penetrometer, yeah. Never seen anything like that. Looks like there's some freshwater pearls under here. By the look of it, I would say that's probably white gold, by the way it feels. It's not tin or nothing, there's no tarnish on it. What little handprint. This thing's been laying in here forever and it's perfectly shiny. If not, it's got a heavy gold plate on it. Over here. Oh, these are cool. We called them the hobo camp sets. Unfortunately, this one looks like it's missing the handle to it. It's got everything else. It will look like a knife, a pocket knife. And these clicked into it. Stay over there. These clicked into it. The handles are available. I've seen them on eBay. You can buy the individual tools if you needed to. But that's pre-Leatherman type stuff. Over here. It's like... oh, it's a sewing kit. Actually, it's a Navy sewing kit, it says. So, it may have been in military of some sorts. Well, there's another one that's missing the handle. That's a different style. I think that one's German. I think this one's Japanese. Guy had the handle and was missing tools. Might part them out, sell them individually, would probably be your best bet on them. That's a deer call. Grunt. We'll leave that in there too, somebody might have to have it. This probably won't stay in there. Looks like somebody disassembled a 12 gauge shotgun. I won't be able to put that on Whatnot, and I won't be able to sell that. That'll probably, believe it or not, end up in the scrap pile. I don't know, some kind of little surgical kit or something along those lines. It's just a hodgepodge, and I think if you guys want to see really everything else that's in here, you're going to have to come check out our auction. Got to make our first auction a good one. The better they get as we go along, the more stuff I'll keep bringing to them. So, this is Jarvis with It's Not Junk. I really do appreciate you coming by. If you want to get a chance to buy a pair of ice tongs that was in the Marathon gas stations back in the 50s, well, you'll have to come check out our auction. I appreciate you stopping by. Again, this is It's Not Junk. Until the next one.